the minority must be able to keep the government or the majority in check. That is the architecture of our constitution. And by the way, nothing at the moment stops any member of parliament from the minority side, or even our party as ODM, from checking the government. Nothing stops us from doing that. And you've seen even when there were abductions in the country, our own party leader, even though that time he was running to be at AU, he came out and said, look, this is wrong. Many of our members of parliament did that. So there is nothing that stops our members of parliament. By the way, even including the members of parliament in government, from coming out and saying, this policy position has these gaps that need to be addressed, or this is wrong, it needs to be sorted out. Nothing stops them at all. Nothing even stops our party. Even our party all the time, we speak about the things we think should be corrected by government.
Right.
Yeah.
Are there any structural should I call them, modifications for like a shadow cabinet, things like that, to keep the government in check, as opposed to maybe relying on people's individual capacities?
Yeah, we haven't been successful in setting up shadow cabinets, because I've been in Parliament 10 years, we have always tried to set up shadow ministers and so on, but I can tell you that on that front, we haven't succeeded much. I wish we could do more in terms of the shadow cabinet, or the people appointed. We even went to an extent of appointing people at some point. But the people appointed, these things of opposition where there's no structure. It's not a funded structure of government. You just have to pick yourself up. If you're said, if Janwa Makot's is the shadow minister for health, she has to wake up every morning doing research, going to the ground, checking what is wrong, and then coming out and saying, not just criticizing, but saying, okay, so SHA is going in this direction, but these are the things we think that need to be corrected. Not just say, SHA is not working, throw it, but you have to say, look, this is going this way, this needs to be corrected in this way. I mean, if you ask me, like right now about SHA, for example, I would say a few things about what I think is going well and what I think can be corrected, and that's a kind of oversight that should be provided.
So is it a capacity issue, a resource issue? What is it when you say we've tried to form this?
I think people just didn't, I think because it's not a culture that has taken root, people just didn't fit well and take up their positions. And I can tell you that there's a lot of sacrifice involved for the individual member in terms of just making sure, even just bringing laws, bringing motions, bringing questions. There's a lot of sacrifice involved on the part of the individual member. And when you see members doing a lot of legislative work and even oversight work, those members sacrifice quite a bit because you're not paid more for bringing more laws, So it's just it's sacrificing your time in the constituency to make sure that you've brought up some of these issues.
Okay.